Hello. It is Dr. Askkrystalracquel, and I'm back again with a video for today. I hope you're doing amazingly. Please like, subscribe, and leave a comment on my video if you like my content. You can also send me a video at askkrystalracquel@gmail.com, and I will be happy to do a video for you. And I don't know how long I'll be doing that, so if you're interested and you have a topic you'd like me to discuss, definitely send me an email. I have a topic for today. I would like to discuss thinking on things that are good and positive. We live in a world where things are very perverse, and people are really polluting their minds. I'll give you an example, but one thing in the Bible that I love Proverbs. Proverbs talks about wisdom and folly or foolishness, you could say. It also talks about being understanding or learning to be understanding. And I really do enjoy the Proverbs scriptures in the Bible, so I highly recommend. One thing that I'm doing is I've been reading a chapter a day from Proverbs. So today's the 12th, so I am reading Proverbs 12 for today. And it just really speaks about how we have to do the right thing and even monitor our hearts. But the reason why I want to talk about this topic about really guarding our hearts and our minds is I came across a comment on YouTube on a video. It was a short that someone created. It was a man, I believe he was Asian. He was riding in a vehicle and he had his dog. I think it was a golden retriever or a yellow lab. And the dog was big. He was riding, and then the video changed. Well, the dog was, so he was riding in the truck, it looks like, and the dog was also sitting in the passenger side, and the dog was sitting up like a human. He was strapped in, and it seemed like it was a male dog. He was strapped in, sitting up like as if he were a human. The video kept going, and then it came to another scene where there was like a puppy. This time, the man was still strapped in, the big dog was strapped in, and then the puppy was now strapped in, sitting like a human on top of the large adult dog. And as I was looking at the video, I was like, oh, that's cute. And then it cut to another video of the dogs again with him in the car. And my first thought when I saw that was, oh wow, I was wondering, I was like, oh, is that the dog's dog? But then I was like, oh no, it can't be. I said, oh, he must have gotten another puppy. And then I also thought to myself, is that safe for them to be riding like that? Those are the thoughts that came into my mind. I looked at a comment and someone said, oh, I'm happy to see the ending of the video because my mind went to like a really dark place. And then I saw the comments below and people were like, oh yeah, me too. Like insinuating something perverted, like insinuating that, oh, they thought it was trying to show that the man and the dog had a child together. And I was just like, there was nothing in that video that indicated it. And it just really let me know that there are a lot of people who are allowing perverse things to enter their mind. Someone even said something like, oh, this is not Instagram, this is YouTube, or basically insinuating it's not the comment section, this is not the comment section on YouTube, on Instagram, this is the comment section on YouTube. And I was just like, if someone, I just think people need to be really careful about what they allow to enter their minds and their hearts. It's really scary and sad that is where that person's mind went. That tells me that they're either thinking about those sorts of things or they're watching things that are putting those things in their mind. And you know, I'm very careful about what I allow in my heart, in our household. We even canceled Netflix about a month ago as well, just because a lot of things on Netflix, I just find it very, some of it's perverted and some of it is just, really not something we need to be watching. And I believe they used to have like a Christian section. I don't know if they still do, but just be really careful about those things. And I'm not saying that. And then the reason why the Netflix was canceled is just, there's just so many things on there. A lot of the shows just have a lot of bad language in it, and we have to just be really mindful. It doesn't matter if the world is all into that or the world watches all those things. You have to just be careful. There's no reason for, those things to be entering into your ear gates and your eye gates. And also we have a small child now, so you know, even though our child is an infant, we have to just prepare for when that child is going to get older. We don't want them to be able to hear those things on the TV, you know, if mommy or daddy is watching a movie. So just be really careful. That just really concerned me when I saw that comment. It just let me know that our world is really going to a really dark place. My younger sister even told me about, it might have been my younger sister, I might have even seen something myself, about something where there was a vet. She found that a man who brought in his dog, and he said, like, you know, he doesn't know what's going on. The dog is like bleeding from the behind, and then the vet asked, she was able to examine the dog. It was a female dog, I believe, and she asked this individual, okay, so how long have you been violating your dog? Because she was able to tell, based on what was happening, that based on the injury, that man had been doing that to his dog, and she did not return the dog to him. And obviously he did it. He knows he did it because he didn't try to fight her to give the dog back. You know, he probably just brought the dog in because he knew he had done damage, and he probably figured that the vet wasn't going to be able to tell. I also saw something about a man in Italy who was also doing something similar. And then someone finally rescued the dog, and he like even talked about what he was doing. I don't know if maybe it's not illegal over there, but some people are very disturbed. Things are really going to a crazy place. You really have to mind your mind. Make sure you're focusing on good things. Allow pure thoughts in. We also have the opportunity to control our own thoughts. Maybe there might be a thought that the enemy might try to put in your mind one day. It could be anything, but that's your responsibility to push it out. If you focus on bad thoughts, negative thoughts, and not positive things, you can eventually come to a place where when you see an innocent video of a man just talking about the friendship he has with his dog, and him getting another dog and having like a nice fun life together, you may get an innocent video, you're gonna think something perverted about it. So just be really careful. You do not want to get to that place where you are that type of person, because I believe once you get to that point, I believe it's hard to be able to get rid of those thoughts. But you know, God can do anything, but really just be mindful. Focus on scriptures. I'll try to put some in the video where it talks about guarding your eyes, guarding your ears. And that even includes perverse language. If you're not somebody who uses bad language or curses, you shouldn't really be watching shows like that. You know, and that's not something that I would do, but unfortunately in Netflix, it would just pop up. So I would have to come to the point where I wouldn't even check for any movies that had rated R on or anything like that, because most likely it would have bad language. And I don't know if you all saw that movie of Tyler Perry recently. He made that show, that movie where Megan Good was in it, and I'm sorry, I can't recall his name. So this is not a form of disrespect, but Tia Mowry's ex-husband, he also was in that movie, Divorce in the Black. And I don't know if you noticed, now Tyler Perry, his movie it included a lot of cussing in it. And I was a little shocked, because his movies have always been kind of geared towards Christian people, so it seems like he's trying to go in a different direction. So it's like even his movies you can't really watch now and think that it's gonna be a wholesome movie. And I was talking to my husband about it. He was like, maybe I think he's trying to make it realistic, thinking that makes it realistic by having people cussing in the movie. So I thought it was interesting as well. It kind of lets you know where someone's heart is too. You know, if he is someone who is Christian, I'm not sure if he is. I'm not sure if he was just someone who was maybe just preying on Christian women, and by making movies like that, not praying, but you know, trying to make money off of women who are Christian or families who are Christian. But based on the movie that I saw, it wasn't a bad movie. My husband and I watched it, but just based on what he did, I didn't think to myself, this is a man who's Christian, because in the movie there was even a pastor. Megan Good's father was a pastor, and the pastor was almost like encouraging her to, I don't want to say sleep around, but there was something in the movie that kind of insinuated that, oh, he was okay with it. And he also was, I don't want to give any spoilers, but he was also trying to almost encourage her to date when she wasn't even divorced. I believe she just separated briefly. So yeah, I just felt like, okay, this person is maybe not genuinely Christian, but you know, that's not me to judge at the moment, but it's not what the video is about. But be careful, focus on positive things. And there was even a point in my life where I didn't even watch television for like maybe like 10 years, I would say. I didn't even own a TV because I didn't see the point. But really just be careful, because you don't want to be in a place where you're that person who was in that comment who had a disturbing thought just from an innocent video. And unfortunately, you also have to protect your kids, because the people who are thinking this way and having negative thoughts automatically about a man and his pet, those are people who will also have bad and negative perverted thoughts about adults and children. And I know you'll think, oh, no. If someone can have a thought about a man, a human being, and an animal, then someone for sure, there are no limits, and they're going to have thoughts about adults and children. So please be mindful of that. Like that's why it's so disturbing to me, because that's like, all of it's wrong, but that is even like a little step further, because human beings is one category, although that category is completely wrong, and then going on to animals, that's like not even a human being. So that is why I'm just talking about how disturbing it is. You need to make sure you are remembering that it's so important to guard your mind. Guard your mind. If there's people around you who talk about disgusting things, cut them off. They don't need to be in your life. You don't need to have that enter your brain. You may think you're strong. You're not strong enough to block all that stuff out if you're going to be consistently around someone who is into those things. People who are into dark humor, people who are into talking about nasty, perverted things, people who, if you're a man, people who try to send you nasty things of women shaking their behind, sending you those things because it's funny. No, cut those people off. You don't need those type of people in your life. They're not going to help you. They're going to lead you to destruction. Focus on good things. Focus on building a life. Focus on cultivating positivity right in your surroundings, in your home, with your family, with your friends, because this world is going to a very strange place. Just be really careful. Stay prayed up. God is here with you. God is going to help you. God is going to help you, overcome, and you'll be in a better situation. So just be careful. Make sure that you are always guarding your eyes, guarding your ears, and also thinking before you speak, and also check your heart, because God talks about that as well, how our heart is deceitful, and you really want to just always be in communion with God, just making sure that you're able to check yourself. Hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.